Thor reacts to continue. Of course, TRiDENT. The perfect title field to finally come back to doing more music band reaction, guys. First and foremost, as I say, I'm sorry it's been a few weeks now since my last one, right? The last Thor music reaction. Because basically I have done them in the more anime sense, right? So for the last 2 weeks, I have a bunch of new animes, and of course, there are so many good bangers there, guys, right? It's been very clear here. I'm still doing, music reactions, right? But I'm doing it in a more, TV show opening sense, right? Where we do a mixture of talking about the music, talking about the lyrics, but also, of course, talking about the actual visual of the storyline. For example, I did like a 40-minute F-Zero breakdown, right? So it's a different kind of thing, right? But now we're back to my normal sort of schedule. We're gonna do pop culture, which of course music reactions, and also gaming stuff, and overall news or whatever, right? It's just kind of first 1 or 2 weeks of every season, because we have like 50 new songs coming out, right? And of course I wanna talk about those songs, right? We had the Vondi song, that was great. I love the what's called Double Gyaru, the guys Otaku. It's a very nice poppy song. Overall, Thor is no, but it's kind of funny. So I love TRiDENT here. So I do it again, right? Because I really like the first song of TRiDENT. It reminded me of that early like 2000 songs that I grew up with. So I really like that. But so I love J-rock, because I feel it's a J-rock, right? But otherwise, something I do really like, honestly, is that kind of like very like J-pop. I love gyros, right? They're very Japanese gyro, very like pop, soft kind of quick things, right? So I tend to really do enjoy these gyro animes, like obviously there's Darling, but latest one then is gyros, that's Otaku, right? They have a very cute poppy songs, cool dancing. I like this shit, okay? I like that, okay? I like the kawaii. I don't know what genre it's called, right? I think I would call it J-pop, Japanese pop, right? But it's more like it's J-pop, but it's more kind of, even more genki, happy. I can't even describe it in English, okay? If you speak Nihongo, you know what I'm talking about. It's genki, right? It's energy, it's happiness. It's like genki kabani core or something like that. I like this stuff, right? So for side of the course, you can of course recommend some new bands. I'm gonna check out for that, because I do really like that though. And but I do probably want them to be very visual, I say. Yeah, it does help a lot if you have like a cute gyro opening, right? You do wanna see, I wanna see a lot of colors, rainbows. It should be happiness. But anyway, let's check out my second TRiDENT video then. But honestly, I do feel a little bad. Haven't done this in a few weeks now. So I started with this thing, right? And then I was like, oh, here comes like 10 new animes today I wanna check out. But we're back, baby. Because I do really like this band. It was one of the best I heard. Here we go. It is to me, yeah, it feels like early 4 or 5 a lot of the songs, which I really like. I don't know what to call it, but it feels like it almost feels nostalgic to me. It's a really good rhythm, really good, Yeah, I don't know how to say it really, I keep saying it, but I really like the first thing, Cry Out, I have to try that, right? And it does give me that kind of classic, and I'm just imagining that this band kind of grew up with the same music. I think these band members are slightly younger than me, but not that much younger than me, right? I don't think so. Because if I remember correctly, they've been in other bands before, right? That's how people recommended TRiDENT, because I think that they had one of the members was been in Lovebites or whatever. That is very complicated. We'll talk about later in the video, but it's very complicated because what I've learned, right, is the most Japanese rock band, the females, they have like freaking, it's like everyone's been in every group and so on. Yeah, let's keep. Shreddy grabs, yeah. That was nice. That was nice, man. Thor likes it. No, but it's almost like, I keep saying it, right? And I'm sorry if I'm like bad at English suddenly. Dålig på engelska. I keep having this feeling, right, with TRiDENT, that it's like really, really has that weird nostalgia vibe for me, even though I never actually heard the band before, right, until, you know, a few weeks ago. But it has that kind of very classic, kind of tuned, yeah, like early 2000 music. And I think that, just like with Crowd, also the visuals is also very, you know, that early, that the age, right? Like a girl standing here, spinning around the colors. It's not so extravagant, I feel, right? You know, it is nice, yeah. And I started doing like K-pop reactions last week, right? I know I'm like 20 years too late in that. No, but this is like an honest, that's not a side story, but as I explained in some of the videos, right? That was the most requested video for me to do, right? Yeah, I got a lot of comments saying that, oh, you're great at breaking down visuals of opening music. You should really check out some K-pop, right? So I started doing that a few weeks ago, also, like maybe 1.5 months ago. And of course, I mean, it's a sort of different storyline, right? That's why I bring it up here. So I'm only checked out like a few bands so far, right? But I mostly, of course, I guess I think, you know, latest Baby Monster, right? And then of course about Blink now. Yeah, so mostly the two biggest one people can ask. But anyway, my point is that those visuals, right, are like crazy. Right? They're crazy. There's so much effect. It goes up down. There's so much background. It's not, and obviously these are very, very bigger bands. They have more money, right? They're rich. They're rika. Say, yeah, it's a very simple word in Swedish, same word. So it's like they have more budget, but it's also just the way they address it. I feel it's very different, right? Yeah, this just feels classic, like classic Jrock, TRiDENT here, because I think that I am of course now, how do I say it? What do I call it? I don't want to say any band's name, I suppose. That's why I'm like, pause it. Yeah, dramatic pause. My point is that I think that, modern bands, right? A lot of Japanese modern bands that have somewhat fame and money and whatever, right? They are somewhere in between this thing, right? And kind of what we see in the K-pop and the K-rock, and they're way more extravagant, right? They're going that direction too, right? Everything is just so, yeah, I don't know. Like this here feels like very classic Japanese music video. This just feels like I'm back, again, 2004 to 5 or something, maybe late 2010 or something. But it feels like I'm back 20 years, right? When I'm watching this, and again, be wrong, I like it. Yeah, I like it in that sense. It's classic, right? It's very classic. But these girls are awesome, and this feeling is very iconic, right? It's very down to earth, something. It's something like that. Yeah, it's like down to earth. I don't know. It's hard to explain it, but I like the visuals. It's very clean in that like classic Japanese rock music. Not of course with just female bands, but also male bands. Yeah, it's just like, but especially with females. But still, it's down to earth, something like that. That's the word I'm looking for, perhaps. Maybe it's like a really weird way to explain it, but hope you get what I mean, right? So I do like it a lot, but on the same time, maybe we can't really break it down that much from a visual standpoint, because it's not that much to see, right? No, I'm just kidding. But I was like, yeah, I like that. And it gives me that, I keep saying it, almost like a nostalgic vibe, right? Which is so funny, because it's not like I heard the band before, but I like the music, and I like the way they show it off and so on. They do have this uniform thing on, which they keep changing though. That's same thing with HAGANE, and BABYMETAL has their maid outfits and so on. So that also fits very Japanese girl rock band though. That a lot of the girls, they have like a team going on, right? Yeah, so they're going more with this, this like uniform style. And I think the colors of TRiDENT is like black and red, right? In the last video, we checked out one of the live performances too afterwards. You know what? Let's go to that a little bit. Compare it to continue. Because I couldn't find like a full song of TRiDENT here. For continue, I mean. So this is the one I got when I googled one, and maybe you can find some better one. Link below, guys. Link it to me. But for now, then this is a short, and the beginning is kind of like getting up a stage one. My point was though, this is continue then live, right? Yeah. But this is what I mean. They have these uniforms, and I like this thing too. Yeah, that the lightning on their. No, but that's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, it's badass. But yeah, I couldn't find a song. But again, I couldn't find continue as a live performance right now. But you get my point. It's like they have like a uniform thing going on as well, which is, I think, very common, right, for like a Japanese female girl rock band. Very. Then let's go to the shredding. Here we go. Oh, I like it. But it gives me this, like, I don't know, I keep saying it, weird nostalgic vibe. It's like I listened to it before or something. It seems very strange. I would love to know the band's inspirations. It just feels like I've heard it before. Last time I compared to Stereopone, right? Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, it feels very similar to that. But yeah, I like it, guys. So next time, I'm thinking we do probably Kickass. I just like the name of that, right? It's a cool title. But if you have another song you prefer, whatever, leave the link below and comments all right. As always, right, I take a recommendation, especially on Sundays. I always try to have Sundays as my like musical experiment day. So I like to go into new bands there, right? We're not TRiDENT here this Sunday then. Next Sunday I probably do Kickass or some other band, right? I try to kind of, do new bands, or kind of, that's like my finding new music or whatever, right? Which I think is really fun. I think it's great. It gives me, I find a lot of new bands that I like. It's just kind of a nice, I feel like a way to experience new stuff and so on, right? And it's really fun, right? And some recommendation I think is really fun, like the German stuff that we recommended to me. I was like, oh my god, this is badass. It's like German rock, folk pop music, retro sweet. I was like, oh my god, I love this stuff. So it's a great way for me to experience, I feel, the world of music and the world of creative ideas as well, right? Because it's basically the data where I try to just let people just tell me whatever you want to see me experience, right? In a sense, and I am gonna try to probably expand that. I don't want to used to, but you know, I would like to expand it to other stuff too, you know, like some other teams, maybe experience some fashion. I love fashion. Yeah, I'm a super fabulous guy, right? So I will try to do more of that stuff as well, guys. But currently it's music. But if you absolutely have all the recommendations, I'll be working on it as well. Could go some other teams, right? Maybe checking out some interesting fashion culture or whatever, other countries. But anyway, guys, see you guys and have a great day.